Hey guys, Rob here. Welcome to a new series that I'm going to be doing. I think I'm just going to call it, I haven't really thought of a name yet, but I think I'm just going to call it Looting with Rob. Basically, what it is because I've cancelled loot crates, I don't know if I'm getting one for November or not. I have to wait and see to find out if my payment goes through or not. But either way, I've tried to think of something to do for like a new series. And I've been watching a lot of Erica Sainsbow's videos at the minute, and she has a series on there which she calls monthly pickup. So I thought I'd do something similar, but rather do it sort of like every 2 months or so, because it just gives me more chance to pick up more stuff. So you can probably see behind me there, I've got like a pile of stuff that I've just picked up over the last 2 months. And I thought I'll go through it all. So first of all, I thought I'd start with like the books. So bear with me a second. If I reach over and grab this big pile of books that I have, right, and I'll explain a little bit about each one. Okay, first one is Halo. It's got 3 books in it. It's got The Fall of Reach, The Flood, and The First Strike, and they all come in a box that I can't get them out, so they're going to be a nightmare to put back in. There we go. Right, so we've got First Strike, The Flood, and The Fall of Reach. I've read The Flood, and I'm sure I've read First Strike a few years ago, and they are good books, and I saw someone selling them on a Facebook page, so I thought I'd snap them up because I do want to read them again. I want to get the other Halo books as well, because I'm starting to get into Halo again. I've got the Master Chief collection up there, sitting up there, that I do want to do a Let's Play on at some point, and I want to get Halo 5 as well and play through that. So yeah, so I ain't got really anything to talk about them apart from that. So I've forgotten what's happened in The Flood. I vaguely remember reading it, but they're a good book series that I enjoyed reading, so I'd recommend them if anyone's not read them. The next thing I've picked up is a manga book of Pokemon Adventures. It's actually based around Red and Blue. See that flip, how I've done that then, that's magic. So that's good. It's actually volume number 2. I thought it was volume number 1, but it's not, so I picked up the wrong one. So you can see like the title, and then what I like, it's going to be hard to do this, is where is it? It gives you an introduction to all the characters, which is quite cool, and tells you a bit about them, and then it's got like the gym leaders at the bottom, and I imagine that will get filled in like when Red eventually meets up with them. So at the minute he's found, like, Red's just found Bulbasaur. I've read a lot of the Pokemon comics that are based around Red and Blue as well, and I really do enjoy them, and I saw that yesterday in Nottingham, or on Friday, and I wanted to pick that up. So I need to get volume 1 before I start reading them, but I'm sure they're going to be good. Right, the next book is a Star Wars book. I think this is the Legends one. Yeah, it says Legends up there purely because since Disney took over Star Wars, they wiped out like all the EU books and said they're no longer canon, and I think they called them more just like Legends. But this is set in between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and I don't know what it's back, so I've not read it yet, so I'll read you the back. Here is the untold story of the events that took place between the movies The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, a novel in which Darth Vader still lives and battles a villain as powerful and evil as himself. Shadows of the Empire. It is a time of crisis. Han Solo, frozen in carbonite, is being taken to the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. As Princess Leia mounts a rescue mission including Luke Skywalker, Lando Calrissian, and a brilliant young pilot, Darth Vader pits himself against a cunning and ruthless rival. I can't pronounce it. I'll show you it. There it's. I'm sure it's like pronounce. You can't see it, can you? Anyway, it's spelled Xizor, and it is that guy there. I'm sure it's pronounced Zizor or something, Zizor or something like that. It's the leader of a powerful crime syndicate who seeks to supplant Vader for the favour of their mutual master, the dreaded Emperor. Their target, Luke Skywalker. Suddenly Luke finds himself the potential prize of the 2 of the most evil entities in the galaxy, one who wants him alive and one who wants him dead. And I've read some other books that have mentioned about that Zizor in it in the past, so I'm looking forward to reading that. So that's that one. Next one is another manga comic based on the Resident Evil series, but it's a prequel to Resident Evil 6, and I actually picked up volume 1 of that one, as you can see there. So I'm going to buy these in order. I've been looking at buying these for quite some time. So let's have a look where it starts. It pretty much starts off in like colour, and then it goes to black and white, but it does look quite good. So that's another one that I'm looking forward to reading, but I might wait until I pick these up a bit. Alright, so that's just like ooh, that was like kind of bloody in that. So yeah, I'm going to pick all of them up before I actually start reading them, but that's another one I got in Nottingham on Friday. And then this is just one that my friend gave me, because he had 2 copies of it. It's Stephen King's The Running Man. I don't really talk much about that. Obviously everyone knows The Running Man, and if you don't, I'd recommend reading the book and watching the film. It's really good. It's based in the future, which is actually next year, because it's set in 2017. And basically it's like The Running Man is a TV show where it gets criminals and it puts them in sort of like a battle royal against like, what they're called. Oh, I forgot the names now. Where is it? See if it tells you. Yeah, the Hunters, that's what they're called. I should have known that. There are like various different crazy characters. It's brilliant. And whoever survives gets their freedom, basically. So I'd recommend watching the book or reading the film. Watching the book or reading the film? Reading the book or watching the film, that's what I was meant to say. As it's really good. Sorry if you can see the colour changing. I've got like a video on, well, a live stream that I'm just watching whilst I do this in the background, so if my face changes colour, it's just because of that. Right, anyway, the next book that my friend got me was just a book version of Casino Royale, the James Bond film. He saw it 50p in a bargain bin, so he picked it up for us. I've not read this yet, but it's on my list to read eventually, but I've got other books to read before that. I'm not going to say much about Casino Royale because I imagine everyone's seen that film. This next book is another one that my friend got me. He actually picked it up for my birthday, and it's one that I've been after for ages, and I've been looking around for like charity shops and everything for it, but he found it on Amazon. But I had a bet going with him that I could find it in a charity shop or a shop somewhere, and we've still got that bet going. But it is Star Wars Splinter of the Mind's Eye. What's good about this book is it is written and set just at, well, it was written in the late 70s, early 80s. I don't know if you'll tell me when. It's not going to tell me, is it, when it was written? No. But anyway, what's good about it is, if Star Wars A New Hope was going to be a flop in the cinema, this was going to be like a B-movie sequel to it. And what's good about it is like, I won't ruin it all for you, I won't ruin the story. But basically, Luke and Leia are stranded on a distant planet, and they've got Darth Vader chasing them. But this goes down the route that they are not actually brother and sister, so they start off a relationship against each other. And Leia has a fight with Vader and everything, but it's really good. So I've been looking forward to read this for ages, as it is like the direct sequel that was going to be made if Star Wars become a flop. So I'm looking forward to that. Reading that. That's next on my list once I've finished the book series that I'm reading at the moment. The next book is the Silmarillion. I can never pronounce this, so I do apologise if I butcher it up for any Lord of the Rings fans. The Silmarillion. This is just one that I saw for £2.50 in a charity shop or a bookstore, one or the other. And I like reading Lord of the Rings books. I've got quite a few. If I can just reach over here, I've got this one, Unfinished Tales, that I brought a while ago. I've got that one, which is because I'm planning like a trip to go to New Zealand at some point. I've got a guide to Tolkien, which just tells you all about like Lord of the Rings, and then I've got The Hobbit, the Return of the King stuff, and then I've got this one, which is a closer look at Lord of the Rings, which just delves deeper into like the religious side of Lord of the Rings, and like where J.R.R. Tolkien got his ideas for like a lot of the lore and everything, and how it reacts with like all different religions and everything. So it's quite a good book that I'm going to read. And obviously this one, I've heard that this is really hard to read and whatnot, so I've never actually read it myself. I think I started it in school, but because I have ADHD, I struggle a lot to read, like get into something, so I have to be really into something to read it. So I'm going to try to give it again while I'm a little bit older than I was in school, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to have. It'll probably be one I'll be taking to read for ages. But what's this one? Oh, that's the Unfinished Tales. That needs to go back. But it was cheap in the bookstore. I can't even get that on the shelf. Come on, you idiot. There we go. Yeah, it was cheap in the bookstore, so I picked it up anyway just to go to the collection. And I probably will get round to reading it at some point. Right, this next one is another book that I've been after for ages, and it's one my friend gave me again. It's called Nothing Lasts Forever, and as you can see on that gold sticker, it's the book that Die Hard was based on. So if you don't know that, Die Hard was actually based on a film, and it's really good, this book is. I'd recommend reading it because you can see a lot of the points in Die Hard that happen in this, but they actually change bits as well. Well, the film have changed bits from the book, but it's really good. But you've got like the main characters, but they're not called, like, it's not John McClane in this, it's Joseph, where is it, where's his name, Leyland I think his name is, but you've got like the gang are in it, but they're not got the same, most of them haven't got the same names. The surnames are Gruber, and I cannot think of what the first name is, but you've got like Carl in that, you know, and his brother, younger brother Simon, they're in it. Al's in it, the cop that he meets when he throws what does Bruce Willis throw out the window? He throws something out the window, like a PC or a photocopier or something, or a body, and it lands on Sergeant Al Powell's car. He's in it anyway. The FBI agents are in it. A lot of the plot from the Die Hard film obviously is going to be in it, but they twisted it around themselves, but it's really good. I recommend giving that a good read. And then next one we've got, I just saw in a charity shop again, ignore my bookmark, it's just Simon Pegg's autobiography. I just like reading biographies of like people like that, like all and geekiness and everything. It's really good. You can see on the back where I went from this to that. So it's one that I started reading, whatnot, and I'm enjoying it. I like Simon Pegg. I think he's brilliant. So that's the books, right? And then I've got two comics here which I saw on Facebook, which I brought. The first one is Kane and Lynch. I've not actually read this, but I love the Kane and Lynch games. I played them like years ago when I first got my Xbox 360, and they were brilliant. And then when I went to Skegness a few years ago, there was this pub in there, and they had like the life-size statues of them in the window, and it was pretty awesome. So that's just that, which I'm going to read at some point. And then this next one, which I found on Facebook again, is Anne Rice's Tale of the Body Thief. It's what's this? A graphic novel of the book, and it's actually one of my favourite Vampire Chronicles book series. So I'm looking forward to reading this. It looks like it's word for word for the book as well. But it's basically about the vampire Lestat, how he gets bored of being a vampire and he tries to kill himself. And obviously because of how old he is and everything, he can't die. And like because he's got Akasha's blood in him, he can't die. So he meets someone who has the ability to like not astral project, but like project himself out of a body into another body. And basically he swaps body with Lestat, so he gives Lestat the chance to be human again. It's really good. I enjoyed reading the book, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Right, so that's my books and comics I picked up. The next thing that I picked up was 2 more pops for my collection, because I've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've got 21 pops at the minute, which I like collecting. And I went to Forbidden Planet in Nottingham on Friday, and I found these two. So first of all, I got Hoggle. I don't know if you can see there that you can see my stream. I'm watching someone play Skyrim, so you can see that on the case. Actually, let me just turn my TV off so it's not reflecting. There we go. That's better. Right. So I've got Hoggle, and look how detailed it is. That's brilliant. So I want to try and complete the Labyrinth collection. And you got on the back, you got Jared, Sarah, and Worm. You've got Hoggle, which I've got, and who are the other two? You got Ludo and another Jareth. So I'm going to try and finish them at some point when I can. The next one that I got was Negan. Freaking love Negan. You can tell by my t-shirt if I just try and stand up. This is the t-shirt I got with my loot crate the other day. You just see what it says. Negan Sluggers, and it's got Negan swinging his baseball bat and everything. So I saw him for sale. Not for sale, well, he was $9.99 again in Forbidden Planet, so I had to pick him up to go with my others, because I've only got Daryl Dixon at the minute. But I love Negan, so I'm happy with that. And they're the 2 pops that I got. The next one next on my list of stuff that I brought is video games. Now I spend most of my money on video games. So the first one I got is like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Got that on day one release. I want the special edition one, you know, where it's in the PS1 case. I want that. I've 100% completed that. I've just got a bit of the DLC to do and then I'm done. So I'm going to probably go around doing that, finish it at some point. I want to do a Let's Play on it, but I want to pick up the original Tomb Raider first before I do that. The one before that, well, not the original, because I've got the original up there, but you know, the first one that was released, I forgot what it's called now. I think it's just called like Tomb Raider, isn't it? So I want to pick that one up and do a Let's Play on that. Next game I brought, of course, Skyrim. I finished Tomb Raider so I can jump onto this and play this. I will do a Let's Play this at some point, but I'll probably do it with the mods. I'm just enjoying running around Skyrim again, basically, and just doing whatever I do. I love this game, freaking love this game. I can't say how much, so pardon me, I'm happy that I got that again. Another game that I picked up was Resident Evil 4. As you can see, I've not even opened this yet. It was one that I was hoping to do a Let's Play on if I finished it Evil Within in time, but I've only just finished that earlier today, so I'll get around to doing a Let's Play on the Resident Evil series at some point, because I love Resident Evil. I grew up playing them from from 1996, when the Resident Evil Direct 1 first come out. That's when I first started playing it, and I think I was about 9 or 10 when it first come out, and I'm 29 now, so I've been playing Resident Evil for like 19 years. That's a lot, and I always go back to playing them. Anyway, the next game I got was the BioShock collection. So you got BioShock, BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite. I've actually finished BioShock 1, and I've done the first 2 games on Xbox 360, but I never quite got to finish Infinite, so I'll be playing through them again to try and complete them. I'll probably do a Let's Play on them as well at some point, because I do like them games. I've got too many games I want to do a Let's Play on. Next game that I picked up was a firm favourite of mine. It's called, because I've paid £4 for it. Freaking love this game, Eternal Sonata. It's basically around when the famous composer Chopin died from tuberculosis. It's like you go into his dream state. I can't remember, it's been years since I played this game, but basically it's set around the dream world that Chopin's having. This is on his deathbed. It's really good. Like the music, I love the music to fantasy games and whatnot. It's all like, if you see the back, all like cartoon animation, but it's really good. I'd highly recommend picking this up, anyone who likes like fantasy RPGs. You've not played it. The characters seem quite cool as well, but I don't think I ever got that far into it, so I do want to finish it at some point. So yes, that's what I picked up. Next thing that I picked up is, I'm probably doing this order, aren't I, is Dragon Age Origins. I think it's like a collector's edition. Yeah, it's a collector's edition case, but I want the other case as well to go with it, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that. As you can see, it's a 3 for 2. I freaking love this game. I cannot say how much I love it. I spent like 6 or 7 months playing this non-stop, just doing every little thing in it. When I first played it, and I freaking love it, so I wanted to get that again. And then because it's the 3 for 2, I saw Dragon Age 2 as well, so I've finished that game. I like this game, but I didn't think it was good as Dragon Age Origins. I don't know, it was good, but there was just something about it that didn't make it as good as that one. But they're 2 games. That one is definitely one of my favourite games of all time. I freaking love that. So they're them 2 that I've just got more to add to my collection rather than play. Next one is Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. This was the other one I got in the 3 for 2. I should probably take the price off at some point. I've finished the first 2 games, but I've never actually finished or played this one, because I think I got my PS4 once after I finished the other 2. So I never got around to playing this one, but I got it because I love Final Fantasy. Again, I've been playing that for like 19, 20 odd years. I've got a Final Fantasy collection going up there, which I'll show you all at some point. But I've got 13.2 in a steel case, and now Lightning Returns. I'm just after a steel case for Final Fantasy 13. If anyone has that and you want to be kindly enough to sell it to me, do let me know, as I'll happily buy that off you. It doesn't matter if it's got the game or not. I've already got the game and all the postcards. It's more that I want the steel case for the collection. So I will get around to playing that at some point soon, probably once I've done Skyrim or something. And then lastly but not least, the last thing I brought is Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive. Unopened yet, I only got this one from Nottingham on Friday, but it's something I'm looking forward to watch, and I can't wait to get Final Fantasy 15 for Christmas, because it's my Christmas present of my mother, purely because it got delayed from coming out on September 30th, so it's not being delayed until, or released until November 30th, as many of you probably do know, and I was struggling to think what to get for Christmas of my mum, so I asked her if she'll pick me that up, and she has done. So unfortunately I won't be able to play Final Fantasy 15 until Christmas, unless she wants to be kind enough to give me an early Christmas present, but I doubt she will. So I've got that to keep me going. I'm probably going to give that a watch tonight, actually. So I've seen quite a few people post about it and how good it is. And then I think there's a Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood, I think it is, and I think that's the... Is it included in here? No, it's not. But I'm sure the Brotherhood one with the animation is released on YouTube, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, I do apologise, and I need to look out for that. So yeah, so that's what I've picked up. Ghost, be quiet. Do you want to come say hello? Come here, 1 second, guys. You want to say hello? And I just picked up my cat Ghost. You don't look happy. What's up? What's up? You want to say hello? Say hello? Oh, you don't want to say hello. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I picked up over the last 2 months. I still don't know what to call it. I probably will call it like looting with Rob for the moment, until I think of something else. And then I'll probably would do it every 2 months from now, until I start picking more stuff up over... What do you look worried for? Over the months, because I'm a bit skint at the minute. I spend all my money on games and everything, but I do go to like second-hand places and see if they've got any bargains. So if I get a certain amount of stuff for a month, I will do it every month, but I'll probably let it build up and do it every 2 months. So the next one will probably be the end of December, which is in time for Christmas, so I'll be able to show you all what I got for Christmas then as well. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you have all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all, I guess, in the next episode. Take care. Bye.